more on images when we're detecting them. So you might see an image like far away, but using quantum principles, you could actually block out everything around it and focus on one specific image. What does that give us? Better 3D maps, particularly in devices, technology that already exists, such as the SLAM algorithm. So that goes to the next part, which would be quantum computing. So right now, my research, we'll talk about in 2 seconds, has been around SLAM, the SLAM algorithm autonomous vehicles. And I feel like I'm at a bottleneck. I've just spun my wheels enough with the technology we have so far. So now I'm moving into quantum to be able to help create better 3D maps for that. Now, going to the last one, quantum communications. That would be what the next part of what I would like to do when I become a faculty professor is actually taking all that, putting together to do GPS rerouting. Now, quick timeline, I can do this really quickly. I spent 4 years figuring out this problem right here. Not solving, figuring out what this problem is. Going here, this is the SLAM algorithm right here, ORB SLAM. In any computational problem, there's always a bottleneck. After you do tracking, loop closing, even the generating the map, the full bundle adjustment is the bottleneck of the problem. What is bundle adjustment? It's actually just the optimization problem where you're looking at all the 3D points and trying to figure out the estimate of where an object is in space, convert to where you see from the camera images. This comes down to a regular math problem. You can solve this by looking at it with the math, or you can look at it graphically. That's what I seen, and I came up with an idea to do a graph on neural network. Put that through an FPGA, put it in the hardware, then run it through a Raspberry Pi, and run that to be my sensing system. So we got really close. We were able to create our graph neural network on a Raspberry Pi along with our SLAM algorithm, accelerate a little bit, and then also put it through on a test dummy car. But we reached the bottleneck. And that bottleneck was, even with the graph neural network, we're spinning our wheels because it's not going to be as efficient as the technology that's going to come before us, after us, which would be quantum. So right now, I have to give props to Dr. Sebron, who gave me the Nook, so where now I have way better computing problems for right now, so I can actually take 3 of these quantum algorithms and actually use that as my basis to speed up the SLAM algorithm. And the last one right now, the quantum phase estimation algorithm, is the one that's actually used for in the research speeding up the SLAM algorithm. So right now what I'm doing is testing the difference between those two and the speed of my algorithms, and then also putting that together so I can make my quantum sensor. So the future steps is once I figure this, I'm going to take this, create my quantum LiDAR, do GPS rerouting. But the end goal of all this, because I'm not a physicist, I'm a hardware engineer, is to put this, fabricate this, put this on an actual chip. And the chip that I would like to show you is a photonic integrated circuit. We'll talk about that after if you have questions. And my conclusion basically, as you can tell by this talk, I'm really just up here playing around with stuff. So quantum sensors are a great playground to test the future capabilities of quantum computing and quantum communications, as researchers have the most practical experience with them, and they can be created with current hybrid classical systems. Just last thing, like my acknowledgements, this is actually last time, I'm not gonna drag this. First one, gotta give respect to Dr. Mu. Without her, the first 4 years I spent with her, I wouldn't be nowhere here to understand any of that. Dr. Gill, he's like my grandfather, but he took me as soon as she passed and made sure that I was straight to where I got to the graph neural network. Oh, that's me with the timer. Then Dr. Sebron, the last 2 years that I spent with him, he's transformed the way I think about research and helped give me the actual platform with a team of students who are all back right there to actually work on this. And I want to say thank you because you let me go wild with my imagination. I appreciate that. Lab mates, Hunter Bryant, the OG, definitely Robert right here, and Harrell was not here, but that's a Move's original army, so you know we locked up for life. Student researchers too, Aaron, who did a lot with the graph neural network, that working code really good. Robert is probably one of the best business minds I've seen as a young individual. He's gonna make a lot of money one day. Elaine is up and coming, is a good hardware engineer. And then Clarice is probably the most promising out of everybody in this room. She's getting accepted to like almost every graduate school, and she's like really smart. So. Last thing before you close out, if you provide feedback to this presentation, I'll be able to see it later on. So before you exit out your phone, just let me know. Questions or whatever, that's fine.